What's up, you guys? Welcome to another. I
Bakel.
don't know. I don't know what the hell it is. How you doing tonight, brother?
Kevin, I'm tired. And I'm not tired because of the challenges of raising a family and paying the bills and going to work and, all this stuff. I'm tired of watching this team do the same shit week after week, year after year. I'm going to be 55. And if this team doesn't make the playoffs, that means the last time they were in the playoffs, I was 40. Imagine that. Just think about that for a second. 15 years of my life with no playoffs. The last time I saw the Jets make the playoffs, I was 40 years old. That's a third of my life almost
It,
waiting.
it's the same show. It's the same
Yeah.
show.
Yeah.
I didn't want to think it was going to be the same show. You looking at the damn roster, you wouldn't think it was the same show. But so far, I think I said it to you. It reminds me of what the Eagles did years ago.
The
Brought
dream
in all
team.
these, yeah, brought in all those high, high ego,
Yeah.
high
Caliber players. Yeah.
caliber players. And on paper, holy shit, on paper.
Yeah.
But then they never.
Like, yeah. Well, you don't play the game on paper, but we have to realize that I don't even know if we have to realize we all said it. Is it coaching? Is it the players? Is it the curse? Is it Joe Namath? Is it this?
A little bit every, a little bit of everything. Holy
The
crap!
same? But Kev, I never saw I in 15 and listen, I root for a lot of bad teams. I root for the Mets. I root for the Knicks. I root for the Islanders. I've seen, but I've never seen anything like this where you bring in a group of players, a whole different group of players, and the result's the same.
And we talked about that. Well, I mean, you hoped it was going to be different, but you look back. All you got to do is go back through our shows. It's the same fucking show, and all you do is replace the weak and the opponent.
Yeah. 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 And we sat here 48 hours ago with Jay, who hates his coach. And I'm thinking, listen, he knows his team, but I saw a well-coached team the other night. Either that, Kevin, or our team is just so poorly coached that we don't even know what a well-coached looks like anymore because we have such shit.
Listen, I think how do you how do you allow 31 unanswered?
Yeah.
How do
31
you
unanswered.
how do you do
How,
that?
how do you go 35 minutes without scoring?
I don't
And
know.
Kevin, I said to you when the interception happened at halftime when it was 15-13, I said, if we don't score on our first drive in the second half because we're getting the ball, the game is over. Mark my words. They made Russell Wilson look like the Russell Wilson of 8 years ago when he was with Seattle, 10
Listen,
years ago, however
you
long that shit was.
you thought at 15-6 when they're going down the field, it's at least going to be 18-6. You're
Yeah,
thinking to yourself,
yeah.
right?
Or at worst, don't give them the ball. Don't give them any momentum. They're defeated. You would have put any,
Yes.
even if you didn't.
Put the foot on the throat.
Yeah, yeah,
It
yeah,
should have been 22-6.
yeah. 18-6. It was 15-6. Just don't give them the ball back. Come out that second half with you guys having the momentum, not them. And not only that, you knew they were going to be fired up because they honored the 70s team that night, and they were just fucking pumped. And again, we look like a team who doesn't want to play, who doesn't know how to play when the lights are the brightest. You know what, Kevin? Here's what I'm going to say. We play scared. We play afraid.
And I was texting you. We're watching their running backs bounce off of our dudes
Yeah,
like a pinball
yeah.
and keep going.
You know
And
what,
no,
Kevin?
everybody,
Yeah,
nobody's wrapping up.
yeah,
Nobody's making a tackle.
yeah. You know what, Kevin?
Wait, did they quit? Did they? Uh,
I'm going to
And,
say
and
something.
then you got the quarterback coming out and saying, "Well, it was flattered.
Look
It was
lifeless.
flat." Yeah.
Yeah. You
I
know what,
said to
Kevin?
you, I said to you all damn game, no fire. You can
Yeah,
see there's
you
no
did.
fire in
You
this.
did. You did. I give you
You can
props for
see
that.
it.
You did. You did. You said it right away. You said it right away within the first possession, second possession. You said it. I'll give you credit for that. You know what, Kevin? As a Jet fan, and I said to you, we came on 3 minutes ago. I said, I'm tired of this. You know what I'm more tired of? Me trying to be a sheep and giving in to other Jet fans and having them tell me how everyone is good. All right, I'm going to give you a bunch of players that should never be on this team or shouldn't be on this team anymore, and we just hype them up. Michael Clemens should not be on this team. He is not a starter. He's a reserve. He's the guy you bring in when we're up
Right.
35-3, okay? Or when we're so depleted we got nothing left to do.
Right. So it's
Okay? Yeah.
injury. Right.
Yeah, that's one. Number two, Jeremy Ruckert. I don't care that he's a Long Island guy. I don't care that he grew up a Jet. I don't care that they're so cool. The whole family is great to meet. He should not be on this team. He does nothing for us at tight end. Okay? Nothing. Nothing. I'm going to name two players that every Jet fan loves, and I'm starting to get pissed with them too. I'm starting to realize I made the mistake with JFM. They should have kept them. I'm starting to see my ways because Quinnen Williams, whenever you need him to step up and play a big game and take over, he disappears. Baby Yoda disappears. You can't find him anywhere. And I don't want to hear Kevin, how they double team him, they double team him. They double team a lot of good players and they find a way.
Listen,
Good players find a way. Wait up, Kevin. I got one more. Because this player, we all kissed his ass. The greatest, the next Levis, the next Deion Sanders. Sauce does not know how to play cornerback in this league. He never turns around to see a ball. He gets lucky waving his arms that the guy breaks up the pass or the guy drops a pass. He's too skinny. There's a few yeah,
always
yeah,
grabbing
yeah.
somebody. Yep.
Yeah, a few players that in the offseason, the Jets, and I understand these are grown men, but you know what, Sort? You got to come in 20 pounds heavier. You got to put some muscle on because this is not working. And the next player I'm going to name, and we love him, you and I, we all love him, but it gets to the seventh week of the season, and he always gets hurt. Now, I'm not saying this is an ending injury, but this is another injury that he had to sit out the second half. AVT, like,
Mm.
come on now, what is this? Like, after the seventh week, we got to pencil you in as an injury prone guy? How are we supposed to re sign this guy, Kevin?
I think I said to you, he might be made of glass.
Yeah. How,
You
and you
know,
know what? As Jet fans, we all love these guys. We worship. I'm tired of doing it. I'm tired of being a sheep and listening to everyone else. I don't know if I want to re sign AVT. For what? 40 million, 80 million, whatever you give an old lineman. For what? To get hurt in the seventh week? It's 3 years in a row now. 3 years in a row. Come the seventh week, boom, accident. Here we
yeah,
go. He's
same
out.
guy. Yeah, same guy. Listen, that's 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 very strange, don't you think? The
Yeah.
same guy 3 years in a row, right around the same time.
Body just like, does he need to get in the gym? Like, I mean, you own the team, Woody. You sign these contracts. You pay these guys. When you deal with their agents and their mandates, like, I mean, how is Sauce in this league? He weighs less than my son. Sorry, like you go like this, and the Sauce could hide behind your hand. I know every Jet fan will kill me for it, but I'm sorry of being a sheep and giving into this crap. Yeah, he's good. All the Jet fans love him, so they must know something I don't know. Maybe they
doesn't
don't know anything, and I know what I'm talking about.
doesn't want to tackle. You
He
can see
can't
it.
tackle. 180 pounds, you're going to truck 220?
And speaking of tackling, can we stop throwing our body to make a
Yeah,
tackle? Can
yeah,
somebody grab a hold of somebody?
yeah. Yeah. And I heard somebody say today, one of these ESPN
That's
guys, I don't
all.
know what
That's all.
station.
That's all I see is
Yeah.
launch like this.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah, no.
the guy bounces off you and he keeps going.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. And then I heard, and we're talking about all this stuff, and we'll get to accountability. Someone said they feel for Ulbrich because it's hard, and I get it to be the defensive coordinator and the head coach, right? Well, when he demoted Hackett and brought and promoted Downing to be the OC, why didn't he promote somebody on the defensive side to take over so he could just wear the head coaching hat? Someone made the joke he should bring back
So,
Salah as his
yeah,
defensive
I was just
coordinator.
gonna say I saw higher silent. Well,
Why didn't he?
hey,
Why didn't he promote someone?
you saw Rex go off.
Yeah,
Rex was saying, it's a tough job doing both.
yeah. Why didn't he promote someone?
I don't know.
This offense, I'm sorry, this defense, it's the worst it's looked under him these last 2 weeks since he became the head coach.
Well,
And not
sure,
that the
kid.
offense looks any better under him, but Jesus Christ. Oh
Well,
my
come
God.
on. We gotta stop. We gotta stop. We gotta stop letting balls bounce off our pads into other guys' hands. I mean, come on, man. Catch the ball. We got to stop missing wide or open receivers. I said to
Yeah,
you, what is Zach out there? What are you
yeah,
doing?
yeah, yeah. And Kevin, there's a stat going around that Zach Wilson and Aaron Rodgers at this time last year, they have the same amount of interceptions. The only difference is we were 4-3 under
Three.
Zach instead of two.
Yes.
I can't believe I'm sitting here and we're waxing poetic about Zach, who sucked.
Well, okay. Our top scorer last year sucks this year.
Yeah.
Cost us 2 games. I'm talking about the field goal kicker.
Oh,
And
I know who you're
and
talking
and
about.
and 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 then we have Sunday night where another kick gets blocked, a kick gets blocked, and the extra point gets. What are you doing?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you know what, Kevin? Tomorrow's Wednesday. Tomorrow's practice. Now, I'm hoping they're bringing in another kicker because they didn't bring anyone in today. They didn't try out anyone today, as far as I know. So they're sticking with Zerline.
Well, I mean, I know they had guys in last week, but holy shit, what are you doing?
Kevin,
It's
we
like
all,
it's like the Steelers had ladders back there
yeah,
on that one.
yeah, yeah. Here's the stat, Kevin. The first 7 games this year, Rodgers and the Jets are 2-5. They 128 points scored and 145 points allowed. Under Zach Wilson last year, the Jets were 4-3, 126 points scored, 129 points allowed. So the defense was so much better, not so much better, but better than last year, and we were 4-3. We're 2-5, Kevin. Now we have to ask the question. Not and 7 weeks ago we said, you and I, who's beating us on the schedule? Now we have to ask the question, who are we
Who are
beating
we
on the
beating?
schedule? Who are we
Well,
beating?
you would hope it starts Sunday, but you never know.
Starts what? Starts what? We said in Albrecht,
Starts a win, just one.
and then
Just
what?
one.
Yeah, and then what? On short rest, we got to play Houston on Thursday night, where
On
we
that
constantly shit the
Halloween,
bed.
Halloween night, another national game.
Yeah. Let me tell you something, and I'm just making a joke because this whole organization's a joke. You put this team on any primetime spot against the top college team, and that team I feel will beat them because this team just does not know how to play when the lights are the brightest.
Unreal. It's unreal. And it's not just this team.
Yeah,
Years
yeah,
going back.
yeah,
Every damn time you're on
yeah,
national TV in
yeah.
a night
They're a
game on
laughing stock.
Thanksgiving, you make an ass out of you. Lee
Laughing stock.
Hess
Yes.
on
Yeah.
Thanksgiving. Try not to make horses' asses out of
Yeah.
yourselves.
And you know what, Kevin? I only seen it in pictures. Yeah, I only seen it in pictures. I hope it really wasn't true. Was Woody really walking around Heinz Field or whatever the name of the field is with his wife sporting that Woody chain?
I
Was he
don't know.
really what I saw
See
a
that.
picture? I thought maybe somebody superimposed it in or whatever
Who
the
knows? I
friggin'
didn't
word.
see it.
Can he really
Wouldn't
be walking
surprise me.
around with that
Wouldn't
stupid Woody
surprise me.
chain on? You're a fucking owner with the
Wouldn't
suckiest
surprise
team
me.
in football who's about to miss the playoffs for the 15th straight year, and you're walking around with your shirt open with your Woody chain?
And it's not like your players suck. That's what I don't understand.
Kevin,
Nobody understands.
Kevin, I just named five players that I'm tired of. Are we sure these players don't suck? Are we sure we just don't overvalue them as Joe D and Salah and now
Well,
over? I
I'm
mean,
I'm
Kevin,
I'm referring mainly to the offense because you can't score points.
but let me ask you, and maybe he was declining. That's why Dallas got rid of him. Why does Smith look so bad?
I don't know.
Was he being coached bad?
I don't
See
know.
what you said? You don't know.
Well,
Who
we have one of
knows?
the well, I mean, we got one of the worst offensive line coaches in the league, right?
I know, but you're a pro. You've been a professional for 10 years, one of the best. Tell this coach, oh, I'm doing it my way because your way's not working.
I don't know.
Morgan Moses and Tipman are the only ones that look good on that line. Morgan Moses guarded the best player in the
Mm-hmm.
league in my white Watt and kept him
Yeah,
away from
shut him
Rodgers
down. Yep,
at
yep.
night. Oh, God, the props to Morgan Moses, who came back from injury.
And I don't know. I think the quarterback's hurt.
I
He
think the
can't run.
quarterback,
He
I
can't
think the
run.
quarterback, listen, Father Time catches up to everyone. There's only one Michael Jordan who looked like he could play forever. Hold on. There's only one Tom Brady. This guy does not make the throws anymore with that zip like he used to.
He was that New England game on that Thursday night. He was running around, scrambling, running for first downs. Everybody said, "Holy shit, he looks like himself again."
Yeah.
Then the next couple weeks, he got the shit bashed out of him,
Yeah, maybe, maybe,
and hasn't been the same since.
maybe. But now
Hasn't been the
people are
same since.
But now people are starting to question the zip on his ball. They're not seeing it. They're saying he seems afraid to make throws down the middle. I don't
Well,
know. I'll have to
I'm
watch
thinking maybe
closely.
is it the ankle? Is it the Achilles?
Yeah,
Is
who
it the
knows? He's not
knee?
getting any push off of it for
I don't
his
know
close. I
because
don't know, Kevin.
he doesn't
I don't
look
know.
right. He's like throwing off angles and shit. He don't look like
And
you
you
know.
know what, Kevin? Because it's Aaron Rodgers, you're not even going to say, you know what? We got a good backup in Tyrod Taylor. He could get us through a couple of weeks. Sit and relax and come back 100%. Get back and come back 100%. But now it's too late at 2-5. Now it's too
Mm-hmm.
late at 2-5. And listen, this is how we think as Jet fans because we're so starved for something good to happen. I heard today that under Herman Edwards, the year we made the playoffs with Chad Pennington, we were 2-5 to start the season.
Mm-hmm.
Why do we always have to go to our past, which is very little, anything good really?
Look, you could do this.
Look,
You could do this
done,
one
yeah.
out of a
Yeah.
million thing
Like
again.
like we're so desperate. Samini had a post today that there's still, I think he said a 42% chance or a 47% chance that we could still make the playoffs at 2-5. Then someone posed a question because like me, like you, we're all thinking it. Can you make the playoffs this year at
Well,
nine and
yeah, but I mean,
seven?
you might, but the trouble is going to be the tiebreakers you lost. Denver, Pittsburgh. That's gonna be what gets you into trouble.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
those are huge
Yeah.
because they're right there with you. Look, Pittsburgh might win the division.
Yeah. Yeah. And you know what, Kevin? That Jet game left me so disgusted. So disgusted because we had three heads on here on Sunday and we all thought it was going to be a nail biter 16-15, 2017, and the
Mm-hmm.
Steelers just crushed us. Crushed us.
Well, it's like again, we go back to that. Halftime was like there was no energy. The energy was the level was. What the hell are you talking about?
Kevin.
You're fighting for your season here.
Yeah. Yeah.
What?
Here's what I don't understand. And someone explained this to me. Chris Collinsworth, at one point in the game, said, they got, and I don't like Chris Collinsworth, but he said something the other night he said, they got to let Russell Wilson throw one of those moonbeam balls that he's famous for. Even if he doesn't connect, eventually he will. Let
And
him
sure
air it
enough,
out. And sure enough, now he did it, it worked, right? Here's what I don't get.
well, listen, before you go, I just hold your thought.
No.
Some of those freaking catches. Holy shit.
Yeah, that's a receiver, Kevin. That's a
Holy shit.
receiver. That's a receiver. That's what a receiver does. That's why you pay a receiver. That's what your A guy does. But I got some points to make here. So Russell Wilson tries it, it works. They go try it 8 more times. It worked 5 out of the 8 times. When are we going to throw a deep friggin' ball? Going to try something like that? We've been begging for that. We've been begging for
We were
that.
gonna do it last week on a flea flicker, but we got sacked.
Yeah, we've been begging for that. Here's the other thing, Kevin. Somebody explained to me how Devontae Adams, and this has nothing to do with Devontae at all, is targeted 12 times, I believe, in the first half, catches, I believe, 5 balls, and then they don't throw to him at all in the second half. What is this team doing? What is this team
I
doing?
don't know, man. I don't know.
You got weapons coming out of your ears you don't know how to use.
I mean, okay, the INT that he threw before the half was bad enough. But the one coming out of the half that bounced off Wilson's shoulder pads, come on, man. You got to
You know,
make that catch.
yeah, true. But I'll say to Kevin, I said this to you a couple of weeks ago. He's so trying to force feed the ball to Wilson that it's not natural. Like it's not just flowing. There's no flow to it. You got to let that stuff flow.
Yeah, but that was like I said to you, that was a lazy catch. That was a lazy catch.
Yeah.
And he even said himself, I gotta learn, I gotta attack the ball better. I gotta
Huh?
learn how, I gotta work on doing that.
Well, Kevin, 3 years in the league, he doesn't know that.
That's what I know. I know.
And this is what we say: accountability, accountability, accountability.
I mean,
We only had
okay, maybe some of it was he wanted to get the ball and keep going. He was looking ahead and not, but you got to catch the ball first.
step before you can do step B, Kevin.
Yep. Yep.
And
I
here's
don't know.
another thing, Kevin. Here's another thing. Where's
Because
Joe Douglas?
to me, that was a huge that forget it. After that, that was it. It was over.
Where's Joe Douglas been? Silent Joe. No one's heard from him. Was he in missing person?
Yeah. After these
MIA.
big moves too, right?
He didn't even make them. What he made them?
That's
Got
right.
it done. Where's Joe D been? Yeah. Does that mean Joe D is done at
He's
the end of this year?
on the way out. That's what I was
Yeah.
just gonna say. Lame duck GM.
Yeah. Yeah. Because let me tell you, Kevin, I'm going to say it again. I'm going to say it again. When they drafted Malachi Corley, all we heard was, oh, we had him number 2, number 4 on our board. We had him as a second rounder. We're so glad this guy fell for the Yak King, the Yankee, Yak King. All we heard all summer, that this king, that king, that this king, that this king. Why isn't he playing? Why,
Can't
even as
figure
a
it out.
punt
You can't figure
returner?
it out. Every week he's inactive. Every
Yeah,
week.
put him in as a punt returner because I've seen enough of Gibson.
Well,
I've seen
I mean,
enough of Gibson.
maybe they anticipate so many offensive linemen and defensive backs getting hurt that they're gonna need the roster spots to fill those. So
Brandon McGregor made this team. Now, I'm not saying this kid's anything. We don't know what this kid is. But again, that's another kid who's constantly inactive, and we have to sit through Michael Clemens running past the running back where it matters, falling down right before he gets to the quarterback when it matters. We got to sit through Pinlaw and who's the other guy we have? Solomon Thomas and, Tack
Hassan
McKinley.
Hassan Reddick. Do we see Hassan Reddick Sunday?
Well, Kevin, I would hope so. And I would hope, like they did with Devontae, just say, you know what, Hassan, you're playing every down.
Go
Just
get
go and
the
get the
quarterback.
quarterback.
Go
Just
get
go
the
get the
quarterback.
quarterback. Yeah.
That's what we're paying you for. Go get the
Yeah.
quarterback.
I don't want to hear pitch count. He doesn't know the signal. Get the figure. He's got one job. Line up, beat the guy in front of you, and kick the quarterback's ass. That's
Hmm.
it. No play
Hmm.
calling, no pitch count. No. Go get him.
Hmm.
Go get him.
Hmm.
Know
Paying
what
all
else
that
to
money.
say anymore, Kevin. Like, I don't know where else to go with this team. I don't know what else to do.
I
Woody
mean,
Johnson will be out on fucking X tomorrow with the uniform, showing everybody the uniform. Who cares about the uniforms when you suck?
okay, now on one hand, you go up and you like you should beat this team in New England. Okay. Everybody gets all excited again because you beat the Patriots. But on the other hand, what if you go up there and you lose to the Patriots?
You know,
And
Kev?
you're in the basement of the AFC East.
You know, Kev? I'm going to say something that is so far out there, okay? That
Where do
every
you go
Jet
from there? Where do you go from there?
Hold on. I'm going to tell you. I'm going to tell you because I'm going to do you one better. I'm going to say something that's so far out there that every Jet fan is going to tell me I'm a dingbat. If you're losing at the half, all right, why not bring in Tyrod Taylor for some new blood? Just to switch it up, just to maybe get something else in there, just to
At
see
least
that
he
ball at a different angle, a
at
different
least he
speed.
can run around.
Exactly.
He,
Because,
I'm telling you, the last New England game, he ran around
yeah,
Rogers. He was like I said, he was running for first downs
yeah.
and shit. And I don't mean like just 2 yards. I mean he was running
Oh,
eight,
I know,
nine
I know,
yards
I
for a
know,
first down.
I
Okay,
know.
and everybody said, "Oh man, he look what did he take? He
He's
looks
back. He's
rejuvenated."
back. This is the Rogers
Yes,
we know. Yeah,
yes,
I know. I
yes.
remember it well.
And
We were
again,
all smiling.
he
Yeah.
got the bashed out of him the next couple weeks,
Yeah.
and he's not been the same since.
Let me tell you, Joe D, once again, we gave him all this credit. And listen, we thought Tyron Smith was gonna be good. We thought John Simpson was gonna be a little bit better. We thought, whatever, whatever, whatever. But you know what? Joe D's gotta take blame because now it's 6 years and this O line still looks like crap. Other than Tipman, I'll give ABT a break and Morgan Moses, there's nothing. And listen, I don't know if he's any good. I mean, he plays well, doesn't play well. Max Mitchell has a healthy scratch every week is another bullshit thing. Like, put him out there because it can't be any worse. Put in the rookie Fejnu this week because it can't be any worse. Like, come on, what are we doing here? What are we doing?
You get to 9 wins, and you miss
So
the
what? You could say
playoff,
you had a winning season and it looks good.
and you miss the playoffs.
Yeah. So what? So Woody could go around saying, "Oh, we had a winning season. We're gonna get better. Give us
They
another
run.
year."
Do they run it? Do they run it back? Does everybody come
That's
back?
probably what's gonna happen if
Rogers,
they go 9-8.
Adams, all Rogers, Adams, everybody they come back.
Yeah, of course, Kevin, because it's a winning season. He's gonna look at it, especially if we come from 2-5 to go 9-8. That means we went 7-3 down the stretch.
Mhm. I mean, not that you don't have the offense to do it, but
We don't, Kevin. We don't. Seriously, we don't. I don't know anymore. Something's up with Bruce, blah, blah, I can't even remember his friggin' name. Like, how did he not pound it in? He's got two of the longest runs for non-touchdowns.
catch balls. Don't miss field goals. Don't throw it over guys' heads. Don't throw it into triple coverage when you have somebody running wide open. I mean, that's where I was like, holy shit, am I watching Zach? I mean,
I I don't know.
I wouldn't even expect him to make those mistakes. Having a guy wide open and thrown into triple coverage instead. What are you doing?
No.
Is it because of the uniform?
He's trying to do too much for the New York people. He's trying to show everyone that he made the right move. He made the right decision coming here. I don't know what he's trying to do. I don't know what he's trying to do. But you know what, Kevin? Again, I'm going to keep saying this. 8 weeks ago, I never in my life thought we were going to see the shit show we're seeing now.
Mm.
Now, you want to tell me we were 4-3 and we lost to them because of a missed field goal, or we were
Yeah, in
four
the
and two because
rain,
we lost a
whatever. Yeah,
nail biter to the
yeah,
Steelers?
yeah.
Fine, but we're getting beat like we're getting beat bad.
And you just sit there like bewildered. Like the looks on some of their faces when they're sitting on the bench, they're like,
In 2 games now in the second half. This is just the second half against Buffalo, 2 quarters, the third and the fourth. Steelers, 2 quarters, third and the fourth, 3 points.
I
An
mean,
Aaron Rodgers team, 3 points.
you get to the last couple of minutes of the fourth quarter, and I mean, we're sitting at home. We can't believe it. They're sitting there. There's cameras showing them. They're sitting there on the bench, and they can't believe it either.
Is that why Hall, when he walked off the field, looked like he was smiling? Did you see the end of the game? They
Yeah.
don't care. It's us who cares. It's us who suffers. And Woody Johnson's got the nerve. I know they got to do what they got to do. Tomorrow, all the season ticket holders has to pay or deposit to see if they want their seats for next year. Are you fucking kidding me, Woody? With that product you're putting out on the field? I heard a few people say they're not doing it anymore. They're done. Let's see. Let's see.
Incredible. I don't even know what to say about that. I used to, it
Thirty-seven
used to be
fifteen.
me.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, 30,
37-15
31
was the
unanswered,
final score.
31 unanswered, 31 unanswered.
Yeah. 31 unanswered. 31 freaking unanswered. 35 minutes of football, you didn't score a goddamn point.
I mean, and I love Brees, okay? But are you gonna put your head down one of these times and bash your fucking self into the end zone and blow somebody over?
2 long runs over 60 yards the last 2 weeks and did not score. How is that even possible?
I don't know. I looked at it the other night. I said, "Ah, he's gone." Nope.
They caught him from behind. I know.
Yeah.
Evan, after that game, maybe I said this
I mean,
already.
he had 103 yards receiving.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know,
You got this Isaiah Davis. You never use him until the last garbage. Like they don't know what they're doing. Like it's almost like Woody says, "I want Brees to touch the ball 10 times," and they figure out how to get him to touch it. I just don't know how this team could have this talent around them and look so inept.
it's like everyone's out there just playing, and nobody
Yeah.
themselves instead of not playing,
Well,
knowing what everybody's doing.
isn't that what Rex said? They're not playing for
Yeah.
the name on the
Yes.
front. And
Absolutely.
we said it, Kevin. We talked about it. Everyone's a brand now. Everyone's their own brand now. Sauce wants to do, Buffalo Wild Wing commercials
Oh
and,
man,
all that nonsense. Stop with the commercials because you're not that good anymore.
I'd take Rex back any day.
Hmm. I
I
take,
sat there. I sat there and watched that clip. It fired me up. I wanted to bash somebody,
yeah, yeah, no, I understand. Listen, I get it.
and that's part of what it's all about, right?
Yeah, yeah. So, Kevin, we're going to sit here now, and one or two things are going to happen. We're going to go on this fantastic 9-game winning streak, and we're all going to be in love and fall in love with a team again. Or we're going to finish, like you said, 9-8, and Woody brings everyone back again, repeat performance. But for me, Kev, I was so aggravated. I was so down in the dumps. I was so depressed that my season was over.
Oh,
I didn't even want to watch the Monday night games. I didn't even
listen,
watch the Monday night
no,
games. I
it's
couldn't.
brutal. It's brutal. You have enough of football. You get
Yeah,
up to here with football. You're like, holy
yeah.
shit. I know.
Like that game ended well, I'm talking about when there's 3 zeros on the clock. It was 11:30 And I was so aggravated. It took me 90 minutes to fall asleep because I just kept playing things back in my mind, back in my mind. What happens if he never throws that interception at the half? Do we come out a whole different team? And even if he throws the interception, it's part of football. Come out and save
And
your
ag-
quarterback for a change.
and
You do something.
again,
Hold on, when is this defense going to have a turnover?
if it does land in their chest, they drop it usually.
Drop it.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Kevin. I know you like him as a player, but CJ Mosley gets slower by the play. Not
Oh,
by the game, by the week, by the play. I
he's
look at him and he
aging.
looks slower and slower
Yep.
by the play.
Yep. Yep. I
I
don't know.
don't get this team. I don't get this team.
I don't know. What I don't. Yeah, what do you even say? What do you even say?
Let
When
me
you
ask you a
when
question,
your
Kevin.
running backs
Let,
your when your running back is your leading receiver, and you have Garrett Wilson or Devontae Adams on your
yeah,
team.
and Lazard and Mike
Yeah,
Williams, who
I mean,
now,
and
and
your
now,
running back's your leading
yeah,
receiver.
yeah,
Come
and
on,
now there's
man.
talks
Come
about
on.
again.
What's going on there?
Yeah, don't know, Kev. Don't know. Don't know. Don't know. It's
And think
almost getting.
about that. What's going on there?
Yeah,
And
it's
I mean
almost getting to. Yeah,
the disparity between it. I mean, okay, Hall had 103 yards, but after that, Wilson topped it off with 61. That's a huge difference.
yeah, yeah. And what did Lazard? Do you have the numbers on
Yeah,
Lazard and
he was
Adams?
4 for 58. Adams was 3 for 30.
Okay.
Williams 1 for 15. What's going on with him? They trading him or what?
Well, you know what? Tampa Bay's desperate because they lost two guys last night. So if Tampa Bay's desperate, they might be willing to, do whatever Trader Joe wants. Who knows? But now there's a lot of talk that even Cooper Cup is out on the market. So who knows?
Mm,
Maybe Tampa Bay goes that route.
yeah,
I don't know what's going on this year. A good friend of ours said to me, this league this year was ours for the taking because everybody is getting hurt. Everybody is losing key players. All we needed to do was play a game, play it right, play it smart, and we can't even do that right.
can't even do that. I
Because let me
mean,
tell you, I don't know if Tua Tagovailoa is coming back. I don't know if he's going to play again next year, but Miami is not going to be this bad next year. I know we hate Miami. We love to rip them. They're not going to be 2-5 next year at this point in the season.
and speaking about you always wanted waiting for the next shoe to drop. I mean, I was going to get the Conklin was 4 for 7 and he had the touchdown on that thing. But can we even get the challenge flag out?
Good thing that they didn't get it out in time. It's a good thing that they didn't get it out in
But I
time,
mean,
huh?
but holy shit!
Yeah, yeah. And even that they were
What
late
if
on doing.
what if it got intercepted?
Mhm. That law, Kevin, that black cloud, that
What if it
black
got
cloud.
intercepted?
Yeah, that black cloud that hangs over the head. Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah,
it would have been nullified had you gotten the challenge flag out.
yeah.
It never would have happened. Incredible, incredible.
I know. Yeah, you can't make this stuff up. Writers can't write this stuff. You can't write this stuff. 15-6 lead. You're looking like a team that's made that turn. You're ready to
Yeah,
rock. You got the
yeah. I'm
ball.
like you're going
Five.
down. You're going down to put the
Yeah.
foot on the throat.
And Kevin, you know what gets me is that not only an interception, but an interception returned all the way to our 1 yard line. To our 1 yard line. Not even that you stop him there and let Russell Wilson work. Maybe hold him to a field goal. Maybe
And
hold him, period.
how about
No.
the hustle of Devontae Adams on that play
Yeah.
though?
Yeah. Who's already asked for a trade?
Yeah. I mean, he was the furthest guy away from the
Yeah.
play.
Yeah.
Where was everybody else?
I don't know. But you want to know what, Kevin? We should know better. We should have known that first play to Devontae when he dropped the ball that was going to be an
Yeah.
omen of things
Yep.
to
Yep.
come.
Yep. This is how it's
Things
gonna
to
go.
come.
Yep.
Because isn't it funny that we trade for Devontae Adams and he goes, what'd you say, 3 for 30 yards?
Yeah.
Meanwhile, I believe Buffalo got Amari Cooper and he's already scored a touchdown for
Yep.
them.
Yep.
So, you tell me, is it coaching? Yes. Yes. Because there's no way with these players, this team should be
Should
getting blown out of
no.
the water
No.
and looking like
No.
they're the worst team in the league.
No.
Because right now they're probably the fifth worst team in the league.
Incredible.
New New England, Carolina, maybe the Giants. Is there one more out there who's worse than them? Who
Mm,
knows? Maybe Miami. Who the hell knows?
mm.
And then the Jets. They're probably the bottom five. I can't
Yep.
think of any other team right now. Maybe the Rams. The Rams are 1-5, I think, too. Who the hell knows? A team with
Incredible.
Aaron
It's just
Rodgers is
yeah.
done almost. Is done, and it's not even Halloween yet.
Yes. And just like every other year. Doesn't
Yeah.
matter. Doesn't matter who. Doesn't matter when. Doesn't matter who the coach is. Doesn't matter who the quarterback is. Doesn't matter where you're playing. It doesn't matter.
Isn't it funny, Kevin?
It's the same result.
Yeah. Isn't it funny? And this is just me probably talking out of anger. I know this is probably not true, but we look at the Jet team and we see Woody and he's walking around with a Woody chain and all that, and you think to yourself, this is my owner. And the first word for me that comes up, clown. And then you see Dallas Cowboys, they're like in the same boat we are. Their coach is terrible. They can't win a game. They got a decent quarterback, some decent players, but then Jimmy Johnson is always blah blah blah. Jerry Jones, I mean, is always blah 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 blah. And you think to yourself, clown. And then you look at the Steelers, and you never hear from their owner.
Nope. Nope. Never hear from the
Then
Rooney's.
you look at the Chiefs, and unless they win a Super Bowl, you never hear their
The
owner.
Hunts either. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, you never hear their owner. You know?
Yep.
The 49ers, you never hear their owner.
Well, because when you suck, you always have to make news in another way. If you're
Kevin,
winning,
I always thought,
if you're winning and you're winning championships and Super Bowls, you're making news.
Kevin, isn't it should be that
If you
you suck, go hide your head in the sand instead of
if
walking
the
around like you won something? You know?
New
This is
York, New
why,
York,
and
it's a hell of a town.
yeah, another thing, I know he's a Jet hater, but when you listen to Belichick talk, there's some credence in what he's saying.
Yes.
Woody walks around like he's won 6 Super Bowls. We've been to one, and Woody was probably our age when we won it. Maybe a few years older than us. Are you kidding me, Woody? And his white shirt open with his silver fucking Woody chain, with his sneakers walking around with his wife on the field, going to meet Trump to shake his hand. You fucking kidding me? Your team sucks. Your team sucks. You got rid of we had Geno Smith. We couldn't coach him up. Seattle's doing pretty good, I'd say. You had Sam Donald. We couldn't coach him up. The Vikings are doing pretty well, I would say. I mean, I
Yeah.
don't understand. I don't understand. The Falcons, all right, I think the Falcons are what, 4-2, 3. They
Something
brought in
like
Kirk
yeah.
Cousins. They even look better than us. You couldn't beat the Falcons right now. And let me tell you, Kevin, the team that I call us, where 3 years ago, 4 years ago, I
Be
thought we were
lucky.
like that.
Be
The
lucky.
Detroit Lions are light years ahead of
Yes.
us.
Be lucky you beat the Patriots on Sunday.
Light years ahead of us. Light years ahead of us. The Lions B team could probably beat us.
I can't even imagine if you go up there and lose to the Pats. I cannot even imagine it. I cannot even imagine at 2 and
Kevin,
6.
Kevin, gun to your head. This is a sure win for you?
And they keep showing Kraft in the booth.
With Bon Jovi, with his good friend Bon Jovi. Yeah, fake Jersey boy.
I can see it now. I can see it now.
Like Kevin, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to be honest with you. have no faith. You can call me a fair weather fan. You can say whatever you want about me. I have no faith in this team. This team is divided. This team is not right. There is something wrong here. I don't know if Rodgers is rubbing people the wrong way. I don't know if Rodgers is just one of those players that, yeah, he's good, but he's not a team leader. He doesn't build character. He doesn't, I don't know. There's something missing here. There's something missing here.
I think the Salah firing has a lot to do with it.
You think so?
I think it has something to do with it.
8 years ago, we always put Aaron Rodgers in the discussion with the Tom Brady's, the Peyton Mannings, right? What did those two do that Aaron Rodgers is not doing? They went to different teams, unified that team, and won Super Bowls with those teams. He's not. I'm sorry. You, as the quarterback, you could be good, but if you're not a team leader, after a while, players are not going to gravitate to you.
Mm-hmm.
And something is missing in this team. Something is missing in this team.
I don't know.
Are they all looking around like little kids, like Brees Hall and Sauce and Williams? The AVT, the other guy. Oh, don't worry, we got Rodgers. He'll save us. Yay!
Well,
Doesn't work that way, guys.
It was like the game when Zerline shanked the field goals and hit the posts, and he was sitting over there with Morstead laughing. Remember?
Yeah. So we said, Kevin, accountability. I texted you in big, bold print, accountability. Are we going to see some accountability this week? Are you going to bring in a new kicker and tell Zerline, sorry, there's the door. This is my job on the line. There's the door.
You would think your kicker, if he missed those kicks, would be sitting by himself and wanting everybody to stay the fuck away from him.
No, he's hanging with his buddy Morstead. And Kevin, mark my words, so special teams got bad this year. I like Morstead, but guarantee it, I'm saying this now and going into week 8, by the end of the season, there will be a blocked punt. The other team, because they're getting close week to week with
getting
Morstead.
Close. You can see it. You can see it. Well, you can see that other teams are seeing something in that line there. Steelers took advantage of it the other night.
Yes. Now that's a special teams coach. Did you see how they rallied around? He told them, "Listen, guys, if we keep doing this, I see this opening. We're gonna get it. I mark my words." And when they got it, they mobbed him because he called it. He knew it was coming. He had faith in them. They had faith in him. They kept executing what he told them to do, and it worked. Did you ever see it? Other than when we had Westhoff, did you ever see a special teams coach get mobbed like that? Because they bought in to what he was doing. Because every time it got a little closer and a little closer and a little closer.
Well, and the one penalty, on the
which was kind of bullshit, Kevin, because they even said it upstairs. It was kind of nitpicking. All right, that saved us.
It was close. It was close.
Yeah. But you see that you never see that with us. You never see our troops rally around the coach. Coach, you were right. We did it. We did. Never.
No fire. There's no fire. Listen, that's what I was saying. There's no fire. You look at the way. Okay, Pittsburgh, the running back, hitting people, and everybody's fucking fired up and shit. This team,
yeah, don't want to get my uniform dirty. So, Kevin, if there's no fire, right? If you're, whatever player you want to name, and when you say this player is showing no fire, then you got to sit. Again, like Singletary said, can't coach him, can't play with him, can't win with him. If there's no fire on this team, if you're not showing me what I think you should be showing me, sit down. I'll try one of the B guys. I'll try. This is what I'm saying. Every week you healthy scratch this Brandon McGregor. Give him a shot. Can he be any worse than Kinlaw?
You can see it's like they take turns with no fire. The players. The guy. This time I'll have. You can see players take plays off. It looks like sometimes, especially on defense in the back.
Let me ask you something. Garrett Wilson now had 2 bad plays, that balls, and they were interceptions, right? Now I know you can't blame him, but listen, the one thing I'll give him credit for was he pointed the finger at himself. Right. He took blame. Yes. But you know what? Here's what I'm going to say as the coach. I'm going to say, Garrett, you know what? We're going to sit you the first quarter. I want you to sit and watch. I'm going to sit your ass to watch this because I can't have this. You're one of my best players, and this is what you're giving me. Tyron Smith, I love you. You're a beast, but you're playing like a dog. I can't have this. You're going to sit a quarter for me. These players get pissed. Screw them because they're going to cost you your job anyway, Albrecht. So you might as well go out swinging. Go out with the guys you want to play.
Rogers on McAfee today said they're playing too angry. That's
Playing
the
too angry.
that's what he said. They're
Oh,
playing
yes,
too
he said
angry.
there needs to be more fun.
Yeah, it has to be more fun. They're playing too angry.
Kevin, see, when I hear that, I'm thinking, yeah, they're playing angry, they're playing tough, they're going to kick
Yeah,
somebody's ass in
yeah,
the pit.
right.
When I hear, oh, they're playing angry, I'm thinking, they're
I
not.
mean,
They're playing
angry. I
like
think
ropes.
when you angry, I think of the way Pittsburgh played. That's
Yeah,
playing angry.
yeah, that team always plays angry.
Yes.
Kevin,
I don't.
can you recall Pittsburgh playing in a primetime game and not showing up?
Yeah. Nope.
You could recall the Jets playing in a primetime game and showing
Listen,
up?
you can go. I love Rex. You can go all the way back to the AFC Championship. First half. Where was the team? They
Yeah,
didn't show up.
yeah,
It
yeah.
it it go it that it doesn't matter who it is, the coach, the players, back and back and back, years. It's the same shit over and over and over again.
This
Slow
team
start, you don't show up. Big games. Oh my God. Holy
This
shit.
team needs a cleansing. A cleansing. Can I know that sounds like a funny word? This team needs to have their own building. Okay, get away from MetLife. That's the Giants' home. Let them have it. Get your own building. Start your own tradition. Change the colors of the uniform because the white, black, and green is no longer working. This team needs like I know it sounds funny, but this team almost needs like a cleansing. They need to be built
An
from the
enema.
bottom.
An enema.
They and then yeah they yeah yeah they need to be rebuilt from the bottom up. Okay, because inserting in a player here and there in the hopes he's the right player to take us to the next level is not going to work. That's how you stay. That's how you stay shitty. Hold on, build through the draft, but play these kids. Don't let them sit. You don't know what we have in Malachi Corley. He could be the next Jerry Rice, but we're never going to know because he's constantly inactive. And I'm sorry, Kevin, if I have to hear these coaches say, like they did with Mims, he's not grasping the playbook. Whose fault is that? Then get him to grasp it. Grab him by the ear. I know these sound dumb because they're grown men, and get him to grasp it.
I don't know.
You
I
know,
don't know.
Kevin, before you draft these players, you do get to sit with them and talk to them. If he was an airhead, then why draft him?
Yeah.
You get to talk to some of these players.
Don't they
If they're
take
not
that
making,
Wonderlic test there?
yeah, whatever. You get to talk to these players. If they're not, right in their head, if their answers are like from left field, why are you taking them? Especially if you don't have the coaches to teach them and coach them up.
I
I've
don't know.
always said it, Kevin. Good coaches know how to coach. Believe me, there's a team out there who knew how to coach Geno Smith. There's a team out there who knew how to coach Sam Darnold. There's a team out there who's going to know how to coach Malachi Corley when we let him go. And let me tell you, because as soon as it's time for him to go, he's not coming. Garrett Wilson is going to run for the door as quick as possible to get out of here. And you're going to see him become the next Justin Jefferson.
How can you not know how to coach Rogers and Adams and Hall and Wilson and you don't have to
Kevin,
do much.
well, Kevin, then tell me something.
Just come up
Then,
with a good plan.
well, then, Kevin, no. I think young men always need to be coached. Just like when you're a parent, no matter how old your kid is, you're always going to be a parent. You're always going to parent them up. These kids are in their third year, Kevin, and they look worse than they were in their
Yes,
first
they've
and second year.
regressed. Yes.
So someone's telling me that you're not coaching them right, or you're saying you know what to do. You're good. Just do what you have to do. That's not coaching.
I
That's
mean,
not coaching.
there should be ways of turning these guys loose. I don't know. Listen, you could talk about this all night and all the bullshit.
Yeah, and you know what, Kevin? Sunday night at 8 o'clock, me and you are going to be sitting here, and it's going to be the same shit.
Mm. Well, I
But
mean,
how
you
are we going to feel if Zerline is on this team and he misses the field goal to give us the 2-point win? We're down 24-23, and he misses it, and we said he should have been gone 2 weeks ago.
yeah,
How are we all going to feel?
yeah.
There's no accountability. You're on this team. Once you made this team, that's it. No one gets cut. No one gets let go.
Listen,
No one gets to lose their job. They all get to play the 17 weeks, and we'll worry about it at the end of the
if
year.
if
End of
if
the year.
if I saw my kicker as a coach or an owner or something, and I saw my kicker doink 2 field goals and we lost the game, a huge game
Yeah.
like that, and I see him sitting on the sidelines laughing,
Yeah.
I,
Yeah.
and he had lost the game before that.
Yeah. Yeah. And you know what, Kevin? Now we could say this, right? Because now it's been the missed field goal in Denver, the two missed field goals in Buffalo, and technically the two missed field goals in Pittsburgh. So,
Mhm.
what do you see that you say this kid needs another week? He's done. Father Time's caught up with him. He's done. His stay in New York is done. He's
Mhm.
got to go. If another team picks him up and he kicks well, so be it. But here, he's done. The stadium is in his head. The team is in his head. The fan base is in his head. There's too much pressure in his head, and he can't do it. He's done. He's done.
How good was
Accountability.
Nick Folk? And his time
Yeah,
here was over.
yeah, yeah, yeah. The problem is that these guys get to live on moments they had last year or 2 years ago,
Mhm.
a la Gibson. How long before is he inactive?
Can we get a return man?
So I'm saying, try Malachi Corley. He's supposed to be fast. He's a yak guy. Maybe he can do something. Switch it up. They don't. And Kevin, I'll tell you what. Right
I mean,
now,
we say it all the time about Gibson. He's living off the Buffalo game of last
yeah,
year.
that's what I'm saying.
Mhm.
And listen, here are the inactives. I'm already going to tell you them because it's the same every week. Malachi Corley, Brandon McGregor, Carter Warren, Max Mitchell, and Izzy Abakanda will all be inactive again next
Mhm.
week.
Same ones all the time.
Yeah. And Friday we'll hear Reed and Michael Carter are full go. They're ready to go.
I hope so. I hope so
You know what
because
I'm going to do?
I can't watch no more of this.
Yeah. Yeah. You know what I'm going to do next year when the season starts and they announce the first inactives? I'm going to keep track on who stays on this list all year. Because if you're staying on this list all year, you're not worth the salt. Because even some inactives got to come off and play for the big boys when they get hurt. Why'd
You
you
would
keep
listen.
Izzy if you have no use for him?
You would hope eventually this team has to get its shit together. There's too many. There's too many good players. And I mean, are they great? Some of them, some of them aren't. Some of them are just good. But there's too many. There's too many high caliber players to suck like this. It really is. That's what
You
I'm
know what,
saying.
Kevin?
It's just not meshing, man.
So then why isn't it meshing, Kevin? Is it coaching? You're kind of going back and forth with it. Like you want to give these guys credit and they're good players and all, but then yet they look like they're the worst players in the league. So what's going on? Something is not right. So who are we blaming?
They
Is
came
it
to the Jets.
coaching?
They came to the
Yeah,
Jets.
yeah, I guess.
They
I
came to
guess.
they came to the Jets. What other answer is there really? It's coaching. It's this player. It's the GM. It's the owner. It's this. It's the stadium. It's this. No, it's the fucking Jets.
Okay. So then maybe it's time to go back
It,
to the Titans. Maybe that's what I'm saying. With a cleansing. Maybe this
yeah,
whole
right, right.
needs to be scrapped. Maybe this whole, like I said, color code needs to go. We need to get a new building. Like we need to play in our own field. Maybe this green got to go. Like I don't know. I don't know anymore. I don't know. Like I sit here and I look at this team on paper, and they're probably the best team in the league on paper.
On paper. It's like the
The
dream team.
best
Yeah,
team
it's
in
like
the
that
league.
Philly team.
You got to look at it and say, all right, quarterback. We probably got a top five quarterback. Okay, yeah, bravo. You look at our receivers: Adams, Wilson, Lazard, Mike Williams. You got to figure all four of those guys fall somewhere in the top 25 in this league.
Hmm. Hmm.
You got Brees Hall, has got to be a top 10 in running backs,
Hmm.
maybe higher,
Hmm.
right?
Hmm. Yep.
So what? So then what? If it's not the players, it's got to be the coaching staff, right?
Well, I mean, how many? Well, we say that all the time, but how many coaching staffs do you go through? They pointed it out the other day, the other night.
Yeah.
18 in the same time Pittsburgh's had
Let's had
three.
three. Yeah, I know.
18. 18. So it's every fucking coach? That sucks.
Well,
It
well,
can't
Kevin,
be.
that's what.
It's gotta be the mystique of this fucking organization.
Yeah, the mystique of stinking because they're
Yes.
you mean the mistink, the
The,
mistink because that's what it is. Because you know what? After the game on Sunday night, Jane asked me how many coaches have the Jets had, and I said, "Honey, me and you've been married 27 years. The Jets had nine coaches. That's three. That's a coach every 3 years."
and they say, well, that's Woody. He fires. No, 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 no. Bruce Coslett, Joe Walton, Rich Kotite. Let's go.
Well,
Go.
Grove,
Yes, come on,
Pete
man.
Carroll,
Pete
yeah,
Carroll, Bill Parcells.
yeah.
Let's just
Yeah.
keep
Do
going.
you count Belichick even though it was
Yeah,
only 24
yeah,
hours?
yeah. With the scribbled note. Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Rules and Gase
But
and
yeah, yes.
I know. I know.
Yeah, it's insane. Herman
Yeah.
Edwards.
Yeah.
It's just
4 years and gone. 4 years
pick
and
one.
gone.
Pick
2 years
one.
and gone. Yeah, I know. I know. Well, you know what, Kevin? Like I said, we could talk about this all night. I'm done for tonight. I'm actually done for the week. I'm hoping by Saturday I get the feel for football because right now I have no desire to watch
How
another
could you?
game.
How could you?
Disgusting.
How could you? Every week you sit there like a fucking Mama Luke
Yeah.
moron sitting there. Oh, okay, we're gonna shot
Yeah.
this week, and every day they
Yeah.
kick you right in the freaking you know
Yeah.
what.
And you know, if I had to give out 3 stars, if I had to give out 3 stars, I'd probably say Morgan Moses one, Tipman two, and the kid we signed off the Eagles practice squad, Mills. He looks like a pretty decent player.
Yeah.
He looks like
Yep.
someone who wants to hit,
Yep.
where none of the
Yep.
Jets want to hit anymore. I can't believe I can't believe I'm begging for Hassan Reddick to come back and make us look like a D line who could attack the quarterback. But I'm afraid that's not going to happen.
Well, we'll find out tomorrow, I guess. Right.
Yeah, well, the practices start tomorrow, but uh, anyway, on to New
All
England.
right. On to New England.
Yep, yep.
And until that, we'll talk to you guys later. Somehow, Jet up. We'll talk to you later. Have a good one.